Mike, how's it going, man?
Doing good, man. How about you?
It's been a while. What's up?
Yeah, it's been a busy few weeks, man. It's been a busy few weeks. Yeah, it's
Who are you telling?
what's that?
I said, who are you telling?
Yeah, it's been a busy few weeks, man. Coaching, marketing, marketing courses I've been taking, and it's been a balance. It's been a juggle, but as busy as it is, it's overwhelming sometimes. But you know
Yeah.
what? It's a good busy, so I don't mind it. How about
Same
yourself?
here. Same here, man. Same here. I just got a lot going on my side, but I'm
Yeah,
still
hey.
I'm still with the coaching. I'm still putting content out and studying more. Um, Believe it or not, I'm actually beginning the phases of my New Year's resolution.
Oh yeah, such
Yes,
as
sir. Man, taking True Achievers to the next level, doing more podcasts, continue our podcast,
yes.
putting more content. I am actually thinking about doing an
Oh yeah, right on.
ebook, and then possibly do some courses like we've spoken about. So that's like the next step into the 2021. I mean, I know that we've always said that 2020 was going to be the year, but look where we're at.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's a write-off. It's kind of like let's just put it aside for now and see what 2021 looks like. That's
Yeah.
kind of the way it's looking right now. So,
How are we? It's crazy. It's crazy how we're already like at the end of October. I mean, what's up with that, man?
dude, I know. Like it's just like I said, the time has just kind of flown by this year. It's been a very interesting year, and it just feels like it's still like springtime to me sometimes because of
Yeah,
the whole lockdown and everything. Like it's been a
yeah.
very unusual year. A lot of good things, some weird things. So you know what? It's what we choose to kind of respond and put a label to it, right? So that's the way I
Of
look at
course,
it.
of course.
Yeah.
It's always good to plan ahead.
Yeah.
I know that 2020 has been a big issue for a lot of people, especially when it comes to health and wellness.
Yeah. Which is what we're gonna talk
People,
about.
you know what I mean? Like, I know that people are still struggling with that, especially mentally, man. I mean, they just don't know what to, because right, yeah, like I said, here in the States, man, here in the States, I mean, right now we're going through election season, and everybody has
Oh,
mixed emotions of it, and it's just imagine how it is. Imagine how it is. I mean, just
can't
imagine.
even fathom what's going on down there with you guys and the election and everything like that. I catch little bits and pieces of it here and there, and it's crazy. I try not to
Pay too
focus
much
in on it
attention.
and the divide and the people that are just kind of they've got their say, and it's just like so
Yeah,
and so is right. It's like, you know what, it doesn't matter who's right. You know what, it's what you take it and put a label to it and how
right.
you respond to it.
And I've read, and it's funny because I read an article. I think I read an article yesterday regarding about like how to prepare yourself for like November and December, and the holidays coming up.
Yeah.
How to stay
Yeah.
focused, how to basically have a really good diet and plan,
Yeah.
because a lot of times this can cause depression in so many ways because of COVID. Some people might be scared to fly, so they might be stuck at home alone for the holidays, for Thanksgiving, or for Christmas. See, and there's a lot of things
Right.
that are going to be happening. So when it comes to mental health and when it comes to physical health, we really got to pay attention to that. That's including kids and adults and even the elderly as well. So as far as being a health coach, what do you think of all that?
Well, the two are really, intertwined with each other. They're connected. Your physical and your mental health really play a vital role in how you perceive your day to day. How do you perceive life? Your outlook on life. It's been scientifically proven that your physical health is going to play a vital role on your mental health.
Right.
So when that's in par, when you're taking good care of your body, you're eating high enriched alkaline type foods, fruits and vegetables, and you're getting your micro macro nutrients in a more natural way,
Hmm.
it's going to transcend into your mood. It's going to reduce depression, anxiety. It's going to reduce a lot of stress. And it's a proven
Absolutely.
fact without sounding too broad and general and cliche about exercise. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you got to go out there and just start hammering the weights like it's super heavy. If you're in a position where you can only work out at home, that it's going to play a vital role in that. And I think for me personally, for the 18 years or so I've been training, it's helped me get through a lot of stress. It's helped me get through a lot of work, school, uh, you know, uh, family deaths in the family. It's helped me overcome a lot. And
Right.
it's something I can't stress enough. Your physical health plays a role in your mental health, your
100%.
emotional health.
Totally
You
agree.
know, when you're taking care of that, you feel like you can conquer a lot more. You feel like the day is yours instead of you chasing the day and you trying to overcome the day, what brings to you in that day, right?
So of course, 100%. And everything you said, I totally agree because when it comes, especially for me, when it comes to being a team coach, and I focus more on anxiety, I believe in it all depends on what you put inside. Because a lot of times, if you don't eat right, for example, if you eat a lot of fast food, or if you eat a lot
Yeah,
of other junk foods, it's not gonna obviously, it's common sense. It's not gonna make you feel good inside.
right.
Rather than when every morning I like to drink my spinach smoothie,
Yeah,
and I just drink spinach and water. I don't know why I call it smoothie, but it's just spinach and water. But I do it because it just balances my day out. It just helps me. It just really energizes me for the day, and it just puts me on the right mindset, and it just keeps me focused throughout the day, knowing that I got some greens and got my vitamins in, and and like you said, it's just so beneficial to your body, and it's giving you all the nutrients that you need. Whereas a lot of we're living in a day and age where we're not even paying attention to what we're putting inside our body, and that's scary. That's scary
yeah,
because with with COVID going on, you know, it's going to be flu season coming up. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know how it is in Canada, but I know that flu season's coming up. So we got to take care of ourselves. We got to drink, we got to drink a lot of fluids, a lot of water,
yeah,
a lot of vitamin D, a lot of vitamin C. Getting all those nutrients, and because if not, then we're at risk to get
yeah.
sick. You know.
Well, for me personally, like without getting into a crazy debate, and I'm not promoting or
Yeah.
anti-vaccine or anything
Hmm.
like that, but I haven't had a flu shot in well over a decade. My flu shots are my green smoothies, but the foods I eat, that's what keeps me
And
strong. That's
people
what
rely
keeps
on that
me.
too. Like they rely on those shots, like as if like that's gonna be like that miracle pill, or
Yeah,
that miracle shot that's just gonna
yeah.
take away all the heal you for everything.
Yeah, no, for sure. Personally, with myself, like, I mean, I found that it actually, with me, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, they didn't work very well. They weakened my immune system. I didn't feel stronger. I felt nauseous. I felt run down. I felt like, and I still got the flu the same year I got it. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. When I worked for the naturopathic doctor, it quickly did a 180 when it came to transforming my thinking in how the body works in the foods we eat. And how to absorb micro macronutrients, and that being your natural medicine. Because before, let's put it this way, before all of that, all these like flu vaccines came around,
Right.
natural medicine was the way to go. Naturally, people were healing themselves. Now, I'm not saying that people were living a long time back then, because the natural age expectancy was a lot lower, but they weren't dying from flus and stuff like that either at the same time, right?
Right.
So with that being said, without getting too like crazy philosophical and medical on us, for me personally, making a green smoothie, getting my fruits and vegetables, that's my medicine. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me strong. And I try to live that every single day just for that
How do
reason,
you
because
think?
I
How
want
do
to
you
avoid
think?
all
How
that
do
stuff.
how do you think people, when in the beginning of time, even in the medieval times, even in the past, in the 50s, in the 40s, how do you think they ate? They ate their
They ate
fruits
a
and
lot
vegetables.
more
They
good
grew
than us.
they grew their own food in their backyards.
Yeah, they didn't
I
have
mean,
things like
and
pesticides and GMO and all that stuff.
yeah,
There was
those are
really good.
those are those are I truly believe in the fundamentals, on the fundamentals of life, and how to eat. You know, I
Yeah,
mean everything. I mean the universe was put here for a reason, and that's why you have trees. That's why that's why fruits grow on trees.
yeah,
That's why vegetables come from the ground. There's a reason for that.
yeah,
You know, I mean
exactly.
as far as
It-
processed foods and all that stuff, that's the killer
It's put
all
here
that
on
of
this
human.
earth. Yeah, exactly. And it's put here on this earth for our consumption, for us to utilize, for us to benefit from.
Yeah, and sometimes I think
So,
we take that for granted. We forget a lot.
yeah, we do. And one day, I've always said to myself, I'm going to have a garden. I'm going to grow my own vegetables. I'm going to baby these things like you wouldn't believe, like they were my own children kind of thing, right?
Right.
So like to me, I can't wait to do that. I cannot wait to grow everything that I pretty much buy right now organically, I'm going to organically grow it. And I so look forward to doing that one day. I'm actually like, wow, you know, like to grow my own garden is just such a huge ambition of mine one day to actually do, because like I eat fruits and vegetables every single day, and that's probably the most common thing that I buy the most of. Like if you see my fridge, like I've got everything you name it that's like green, right? So
Yeah.
for that reason, because obviously with the way the world is right now with COVID, and like you got to keep your immune system strong.
You
Like
have
you've
to.
only got
You
one
have to.
body. It's your
Yeah.
vessel. It's your vessel for you to carry yourself into receiving mode for the things that you want to achieve, for the body
Absolutely.
you want, for the things that the goals that you want to achieve. You know, it's your
Yeah.
vessel.
Oh, 100%. And
Right?
like I said, as us being in our 30s,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say what part of 30s I am. I'm just saying in our 30s.
You can say mine. I don't care.
No, but I mean, as being men in our 30s, we gotta like
Yeah.
start watching what we eat. We gotta be more active, because
Yeah.
once
Exactly.
once we get into our 40s and 50s and 60s, you know, our bodies are not gonna be
Yeah.
the same. But you know,
They're
like I'm
not.
saying, I always yeah, I mean, I always tell people like, yeah, I feel yeah, I might be 35, all right, but I don't feel 35. I mean,
No.
what is 35 supposed to even look like?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I
It's all
mean,
up here, man. It's all
yeah,
up
it
here.
is.
How you feel in
Yeah,
your heart, and it's all about how, you know, the next 5 years. How are you going to feel then? You know, are you going to be carrying on the same way you are, which is eating good, eating healthy, trying to be mindful of what you're putting into your body, or are you going to be just one of those ones that's just going to let yourself go, and then you know you drift off into your 40s, and then all of a sudden this is going wrong, this is going wrong, that's going wrong. Like these are things you got to pay attention
yeah,
to. And you can pay
and
attention
that's
to that stuff in your 20s.
so then yeah, exactly, and then
Right?
that's where the depression comes in. Then you get
Yes.
yourself, your ego goes down, your self confidence goes down.
Yeah.
You start creating more bad habits for yourself. You get lazy, and it just goes
Yes.
downhill from there.
Complacency.
And you know, like I said, even for teens as well. I mean, teens don't really go out as much as anymore. I mean, due to COVID, and you know, the malls are going out of style. I mean, I went to the mall
Yeah.
not too long ago, and I couldn't believe how different it looks. It was just so
Yeah.
surreal.
I know.
You know?
And, you know, like I used to be the most unhealthy teen there was, man. I wasn't eating good. I was, you know,
Yeah.
I used
So
to
I could vouch for that
eat
too.
unhealthy. I was skinny. I wasn't exercising. You know, I was just not a healthy kid whatsoever, you know, and I didn't understand the value of food. I didn't like healthy food, you know, and you don't really think of these things as you're getting into your 20s and then your 30s. Well, for me, I started in my 20s, let's be honest. Yeah, my early 20s is when I started to actually like say, okay, I'm tired of being unhealthy. And I just kind of snapped out of it at an early 20 age, thankfully. Um, because now I'm in a position where I can help other people who are, you know, trying to get healthy and not sure where to start, trying to get on a good meal plan, trying to get on a good workout plan,
Of course.
trying to develop goals, trying to hold
Mm-hmm.
themselves accountable and not really
Yep.
sure where. Now
Yeah.
it's like I've got all this experience and I can really like help people who are just completely lost or stuck and don't know where to start. Because if you're not taking care of your body and you're not taking care of yourself, but you know you doing everything you can, you're working your ass off and you're trying to retire young or at a
Mm-hmm.
younger age. Well, what's the point of retiring at a younger age if you're fat, old, and or not sorry, fat, unhealthy, and completely sick, and transcending into more diseases because you didn't take care
Yeah.
of yourself?
You can take
What's
care
the
of
point of
yourself.
that?
Exactly. So it's just you. I mean, you're gonna retire, and then what? You're just gonna sit down till you die.
Yeah, and a lot, unfortunately, that's
Yeah.
how it is for a lot of
That
people.
unfortunate that you're right. Unfortunately, that's where it's at with a lot of people, and those are one of the main factors
Sad story, yeah.
of yeah, exactly, of a horrible ending. You know, I
Right.
mean, like I said, like I always told myself, even one day, if I, you know, make it to an old age, and right now I'm lucky enough to retire, I'm still
Yeah.
gonna keep working. I'm still gonna keep
Same
on
here.
working. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
I'm never gonna retire, man.
No, man, I'm
I
not gonna
love what I
retire
do
either.
too much.
Yeah, no, I gotta keep on moving. It's all about learning too, man. You gotta learn.
Yeah,
Your mind doesn't stop learning, and that's with everything else, you know.
exactly. You know, you
So
never stop learning, you never
you
stop
don't.
growing. It's a never ending, life is really just a never ending lesson of growth, opportunity to grow, you know,
Of
and
course.
lessons, you know, and it's what you take with those lessons that matters. So when it comes to health and fitness and wellness, you know, if you're not in an area where where you're feeling stuck and you're in a position where you are trying to transcend into many different areas of your goals and whatnot, like your health has to come first.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, you got to take care
That's
of that.
number one.
That to me was what transcended into every other area of my life, because when you're healthy in one area of your life, everything is good, you're going to want to transcend into other areas, whether that be career, whether that be
if you it's just
whatever else. I can't think of anything else right now.
Absolutely. And another thing to add to that, it's just the number one rules of life is that you have to understand yourself first.
Yeah.
You have to believe in yourself first. You have to build your self confidence first before you can give out to the world, or to really focus on yourself. There's another thing of saying, like, it's also good to give as well.
Yes.
If you give, you shall receive. But when you also help out people, when you also give out positive vibes, and when you bring out the happiness in everybody else, you're gonna get that back in returon. Like I said, with my past, I used to be always angry all the time. I used to always be in a bad mood. My anxiety levels are always off the chains. I just couldn't control my emotions, and that was a big problem. Now, as an adult, I'm able to understand those issues. I'm able to understand myself a little bit better, only because I'm eating better. I'm trying to take care of myself as much as I can. Yet, I get it. We live in a very fast world. We live in interesting times. But you cannot let these moments stop you from what you need to do. You cannot make excuses. You know how many times I've heard people say, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna wait until 2020 and begin something new. I'm just gonna wait until COVID goes away."
Wait
How
till
do you
the new
know
year.
exactly? So I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, hold on. Who told you this? Who are you talking to?
A bad
When do
way
you
to
think
go.
COVID's gonna go? When do you think COVID's gonna go away? Who knows? COVID might not even go away for a couple of years. Who knows? But until then, continue what you need to do.
You got to start now. You have
You have to.
If you're one of those people where you're like, I'm going to wait till Monday, or I'm going to wait till the new year, if you keep saying that story,
Procrastination.
You're delaying the gratification. You're delaying the process. If you're one of those people that does that, then you're just never going to get started. You're never going to commit properly. And you're just finding it's a story you're telling yourself. It's a story that you're just trying to find and grasping at straws to delay the process. It's like I said, man, people will do more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure. So what they are focusing on, delaying the process, they're attributing pain to it. And when you attribute pain to something like that, then instead of pleasure, being like, you know what, I'm going to get a lot out of this. This is pleasure for me. Instead of you shift the thinking in your brain to saying, you know what, I'm gonna, what's the reward going to be after this? I'm going to feel better. I'm going to have more energy. Right. Instead of saying, oh God, I don't want to go. I don't want to train. I don't want to eat good. I don't want to, I'll just wait till
finding a scapegoat. Always finding a scapegoat. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. And
stop. It's all about avoiding that coward mindset.
Yeah.
Avoiding that coward mindset.
And that's why, and I just did a video recently on accountability and coaching and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I spoke about that as far as why people, falter on their New Year's goals. Why you probably notice in the gym, the third weekend, like the first couple of weeks of January, it's a zoo. Almost every time you could set your freaking watch to it. Every single time you'll notice, and like third week, fourth week, sixth week, it starts to kind of dwindle down quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as, the New Year's resolutions and whatnot. So that's usually kind of just, dissipating pretty fast. And it's the same thing. And it's like, why do you have to wait till New Year's to do something like that? Why do you have to wait for a certain day? Why not plan it out now and then just get on it and say, you know what? I'm not going to delay this anymore. I want to just get on this. Now, I know a lot of people struggle with that motivation. That's where an accountability coach can kind of come in and kind of help you with that, develop a plan and keep you on track. And I'm not saying that you've got to eat healthy all the time and eat garbage food. Like there's a certain thought process and plan that goes into it where it's not all bad,
No,
and I think a lot of people are just like fearful of like all this change, and it's really not that bad when you actually work with somebody who is able to actually help you
and passionate about it.
Exactly.
And I totally agree, man. And you just like I said, like I'm always going to say, coaching is not for everybody. Coaching is not for everybody, and that's okay. But for those who want the extra push, and for those who want a little bit more of accountability for it within their lives, you just need to experience it, because we both have coaches. Mike's a coach. He
Yep.
has his own coach. I have my own coach.
Yep.
You know, you have
I
your own
coach for a while.
mentors. That's how you grow as that's how you grow as individuals. I cannot express that enough. But like
There's
I
no
said, and
denying
like I
it.
said, we cannot help people who don't want to be helped. But for those who want to better themselves, for those who want to increase their accountability,
Yep.
take away their anxiety. As far as for you, Mike, you know, go into health and learning how to eat better. It's okay to ask. I did it. Mike did it. So, you know,
Absolutely.
use these opportunities to know that it's the end of the year. Let's finish strong and jump into 2020 on the right level. So,
2021.
um, 2021 exactly. So, I hope everybody enjoyed this quick podcast. But you know, I know
Yeah.
we made we haven't done one in a while, so we got to continue doing them. But
We're back.
we
We're
had a
back.
little, we're
We're
back.
back. We're good.
We just had a little hiatus, but
Yeah.
we're
Life
gonna
got in the way
continue.
a little bit.
We got another one coming up soon. So
Yep.
if you guys enjoyed it, please share it. Continue following us in the Two Cool Minds podcast, and
Yeah. And if
hope you
you
guys
have
have.
any questions or any comments or any topic in particular, or maybe this kind of resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, please feel free to leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah,
And if you have anything in particular that maybe something kind of sat well as far as, with you, as far as resonating with, and you're looking for, a coach and accountability, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. We'd be able to help you out and, get you on track in
exactly,
the right direction. So,
for
yeah,
sure. All right. All right, guys. We hope everybody has a great day or a good evening.
good
And
evening, I should say.
yep. All right, Mike. Well, have a good night, man, and we'll talk later.
All right, sounds good, man. Have a good night.
You too, man. Take it easy.
Okay, peace.